You're in a game. You don't know it yet. See, every single day, another one of those exit doors, it locks. But here's the thing. You've probably never even tried to turn the handle. Most people think the tragedy of life is that it ends. But that's not it. No, the real tragedy is that for most of us, it just fades. It becomes this long series of quiet compromises that, well, you start to mistake for stability. You tell yourself you're building a solid foundation, right? But what you're really doing with each little compromise is just tossing another shovelful of dirt out of a hole you're digging for yourself. I'm Lumo, and I spend my time digging around in the dark corners of finance so you don't have to. And what I've found is, when most people look at a bank balance, they just see a number. Me, I see a countdown clock. And trust me, yours is ticking a lot faster than you think. Look, we've all been sold this big lie, haven't we? The lie of someday I'll travel, someday I'll be free. But it's a psychological trap. It's like a horizon line you can never actually reach. It just keeps moving away. And the system? It's designed that way, to keep you running toward a future that never, ever arrives. The middle class is literally built on the hope of someday. The wealthy? They're built on the urgency of now. Just think about this for a second. 70%, that's 7 out of 10 people, will hit age 65 and face this absolutely horrifying truth. It's not that they've run out of money. No, it's much worse. They've run out of the utility of that money. They've spent their best, most vital years trading their life for paper that can no longer buy the one thing that matters: rich, full experiences. From the very beginning, we're all taught to chase this one thing: net worth. But let me tell you, it's a vanity metric. It's designed to distract you from what's really important. The only number, the only one that truly matters is your number of uninterrupted hours. So let me ask you, straight up, how many hours of your own life do you actually own? And if the answer is something like, weekends and evenings, then you're not wealthy. You're just a tenant, renting your own existence. So what is it then? What's this one fundamental money rule that nobody ever explains? The rule that's quietly deciding the outcome of this whole game for you. All right, here it is. The rule is called biological ROI, return on investment. It's the simple principle that your money, it has a use-by date. Its value isn't fixed. It's determined completely by how much vitality, how much life force you have when you actually go to spend it. Let me make this real for you. Picture a week in the Alps. Okay? Now, at age 25, your money buys you pure adventure. We're talking steep hikes, late nights with new friends, memories that actually change who you are. Now, fast forward. You're 75. That exact same amount of money? It doesn't buy adventure anymore. It buys logistics. It pays for managing your meds, finding wheelchair ramps, just battling sheer exhaustion. The cost is the same, but the return? It's fallen off a cliff. And right there, that's the trap. See, the system is basically engineered so that you can almost never have all 3 pillars of real wealth at the same time. Think about it. When you're young, you've got health and time, but zero money. Then in middle age, you finally get the money, but you've sacrificed all your time to get it. And then finally, in old age, you get your time and your money back, but guess what's gone? Your health. Let's be clear, wealth without vitality isn't freedom. It's just a really well-funded hospital stay. This whole thing leads us straight into what I call the linear labor trap. You think your job title is manager or engineer or artist, right? That's just an illusion. Your real profession, what you actually do for a living, is you're a time merchant. Your one and only product is your own finite existence, and you are selling it off piece by piece, hour by hour. And here's your entire inventory, 4,000 weeks. That's it. That's all you get for your whole life. And if you're listening to this and you're over 30, well, more than 1,500 of those weeks are already gone, forever. And so you get stuck in the cycle. You work hard to pay for the car that you need to get to work. You buy a house that you're too damn tired to ever really enjoy. I call this the consumerist Ouroboros. You know, that ancient symbol of the snake eating its own tail? It's a perfect closed loop where your life is literally spent just fueling the process of having to work. And then, layered right on top of that, is the heaviest tax you'll ever pay: social debt. You know what this is. It's that pressure to buy things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't even really like. I want you to understand something. Every single time you do that, you are choosing to extend your own prison sentence. Let me tell you a quick story. It's about a man I knew. We'll just call him Arthur. Now, Arthur, he did everything right. He went to the best schools, climbed the ladder, made partner at a huge law firm. I mean, he followed the playbook to the letter. I talked with him when he was 68 years old. He'd just gotten a terminal diagnosis, and he had $4 million sitting in the bank. He looked right at me and he said he would trade every last cent of it, all of it, the reward for 40 years of just brutal 80-hour weeks, just to be 30 years old again, to be standing on a beach with $50 in his pocket and a body that didn't ache. So by every single metric society tells us to use, Arthur was a huge success, right? But he waited too long to check those exit doors. He was a billionaire on paper, but a completely bankrupt man when it came to time. So, what's the way out? What's the hidden truth that actually unlocks the door? It's this, and it's so important. Freedom is not a number in your bank account. It's an equation. You are free, truly free, the exact moment your passive income becomes greater than your cost of existence. That's it. That is the only formula for escape. And this means that true wealth, it was never about buying more stuff. It was always about one simple power, the ability to say no. No, I'm not working on that project I hate. No to that boss who just drains your soul. No to giving up another weekend. If you can't say no, you're not wealthy. You're just a very well-paid servant. Okay, so here's your first step, your actionable takeaway. Tonight, I want you to do what I call a life audit. It's really simple. Step 1, figure out your total monthly expenses, everything. Step 2, find your real after-tax hourly wage. Now for the important part. Divide your monthly expenses by your hourly wage. The number you get, that's how many hours you are forced to sell every single month just to break even. That number is your life tax. From this moment on, your primary mission in life is no longer about getting rich. It's about getting that life tax number down to 0. Your new goal is to systematically, methodically reduce the hours you owe the system until you owe it nothing. Your real goal is to buy back your own life 1 hour at a time. You have to understand the rules of this game. They were never designed for you to actually win. They were only designed to keep you playing forever. But now you know the one rule that actually matters. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with the time you have left?